Hello Leah, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 9th to the 15th of September. Hope you're doing well. Let's just jump straight in here, see what's going on, your overall energies. It seems to be a repeated theme about this week, and it's sort of like, I don't know if you saw the energy update, and I was talking about sort of taking the emotions out of the situations. On the relationship side here, within you, there seems to be a desire to an engagement in the emotions. And the outside world and your future self is also wishing to engage with you. And it seems like there's a moment of negotiation, as it were. That's the sort of thing that I'm getting out of that. On the financial sort of side of it all, you're working to the future, but there's it's still tied into sorting out the foundations. Crossing the T's and dotting the I's, as it were. So if you're starting a business, it's doing the paperwork, getting everything done, as it were, in a very constructive way. But it seems like you've got to stick to a plan in a way. Yeah, nurturing, as I said, negotiations on your relationship side, but it's also on your financial side, I think, as well, more than anything else, because it's the Pentacles as well. It's the evident path, and just on that side there, you get the Six of Pentacles and one Pentacle, which is on the other side. And I think it's basically it's a case of putting yourself first and sort of nurturing your financial goals. I think it's also tied into what happens in your personal life as well. Let's just see what's going on in that karmic path here. Yeah, it plays into the universe. The universe is playing into decisions of what you're making. So this could be the negotiation aspect of sorting things out with probably a new partner or an existing partner. It could be an organization of a separation. Obviously, everybody's living different lives, but it's the overall energy that interests me more than anything else, and how you can really engage in the energy. Then obviously you put your personality into it, and that's when you create the magic. And in your future self, your future self, there is definitely a goal in mind for the for the relationship side here, and it seems like that's what should be worked upon. On your karmic path, you have the Five of Swords. I think it's basically sort of saying at this present time, this week here, it's not, you don't want to get involved in complicated situations in the social aspect of life that is around you, the greater picture, as it were. Do not get triggered, and do not allow yourself to get involved in situations, because it could hinder your future. Your universal energies, yeah, it's basically sort of saying here, so as I say, it's directed into the answers that you get out of this week, the lessons you get out of this week. It's sort of saying if you do some good quality work, I think others are going to also do that for you within regards to relationships. It's a good solid foundation that you seem to be creating here. Regardless of what you're going through, it is creating the foundations of having something much better for the future. In your past, you have the death and rebirth. So the past is all about nurturing this. And it could be a case of letting go here of sort of conflicts in the past that doesn't really get you or the other person anywhere, doesn't get the couple anywhere or anything like that. It could be anything to do with that. It could be family and friends as well. But I think it's a case of, not having to get yourself caught up in sort of situations which is going to zap your energy more than anything else. In your future self, you've got the Knight of Swords. Yes, you're off on a mission. There is no doubt about it. That energy there that's coming straight out at the top there is very much like that sword at the top. It's really vertical. It's like a real sort of signpost or a milestone in your life, as it were. And I think you're working towards it. Okay, so this is what comes out in the lessons in this week here, the sort of decisions you should be making and stuff like that, how you're engaging in it. Yeah, I think you need to look at all sides. I think you need to look at all sides and see what is really working for you and what is detrimental to you, and just step out of that detrimental stuff, and you will see the world, or the emotional world, your relationships, really take some big leaps forward in the future. I think major leaps forward. Not this week here, because I think it's the week of negotiations. And the more you get into that or engage in that in a positive way, in a constructive way, the better you will come out of it. Okay, on your financial side, you've got the karmic path, which is playing slightly into the past. I think that's what you're working on. I think there's something that either you're working on a career path or a business or a project or buying a property. It's something you've had in mind for some time. And it's like tying up the smaller details on that. On the universal energy is very much pulling out rather than giving to you. So it's opening, it's pushing out, opening doors, creating space around you for you to network and connect with other people in a really good way. On your past self, your past self seems to be very stationary. It's pulling us slightly into this. I think it's stationary. I think your past, you can see it very clearly this week here, and it should help you to work out things for the future of how you've got to where you are and what the forward plan is. And it's a good way to keep you motivated and driving forward. On the future side is very similar to this side here. There's a lot more I think you're getting results in the future through the decisions or the foundations that you're creating at the moment. Let's see what the lessons are this week here. This is difficult for you. It's crossing the T's and dotting the I's. I think it's very mundane sort of stuff. It's like, it's really concentrating on the small bits and bobs. And that's not really your forte. If you were to look at it like either a photo or a painting, it's paying attention to each detail that make up the bigger picture. And I think that's what you need to be doing this week. And that, if you look at it like that as a painting or a photo and everything that goes in that frame, I think that's when you're going to find it's a lot more engaging, a lot more sort of satisfying, and gives you a lot more determination. Yeah, that's on your karmic path. Ace of Wands, you are off on a mission. Out with the old and in with the new. I think you need to get this foundation in place in order to take a big leap forward. In the universe, I think the universe here, because it's playing outwards, it's got the Nine of Swords. As I say, the energy is pulling away from you. So it could be a case of, there may be one or two people around you in your financial world. Could be someone in the office, could be someone who works for you or is involved in the project with you. That's just causing you a little bit of stress and strain. And maybe they need a little bit more attention to that sort of side of things. I don't think it's a stress and strain that you are creating. It's something that can be resolved by a lot of diplomacy or sort of, organization, networking, that sort of thing. In your past self, yeah, look at that. Sitting stationary, as I said, it's really there. It's sort of like saying those 3 cups there, the reason you started this journey, the joyous departure on this journey, is getting a reinvigoration from your past to see how you can streamline a lot of things going forward, creating a lot more sort of for you. Yeah, as I said, in the future, the future self, you get the 10 of Pentacles, probably the best card you could get really here. It's talking about abundance, but it's also talking about a lot of support. You see these 2 dogs here that are with this person here, and they're bringing energy to this very wise person. It's through organizing the foundations that you are going to create a lot of strength in your life and a lot of abundance. I really see a lot of things coming your way. The lessons to be learned out of this week here is wisdom. Yeah, it's concentrating on the smaller detail. The wisdom comes through judgment, judging a situation because you know it well in regards to your career path or your business or your project. Just seeing the little detail, it's going to provide you with a huge amount of wisdom. And like that person there on the 10 of Cups, they've got that grey hair. It's like the wisdom is creating that abundance in your life. Okay, let's just go on and see what's going on with the Light Seers card. With the 7 of Pentacles, you get the Sun. This is pretty much you, really. It's putting yourself first, nurturing your happiness more than anything else. And I think this is to do with that. Saying goodbye to the complicated situations that are around you. And I think it's in your karmic path to no longer engage in them. It may need you to bite your lip occasionally, but it's better you being out of it than being in it. Yeah, you get the Queen of Swords. You need to walk away and take your direction. This person here is walking away from the battlefield. And yeah, there's been injuries. You're going to have that in a battlefield. But at the same time, they're walking away from their battlefield and they are choosing a direction to follow. And because they're choosing this direction, it's a lot of logic that goes in there. They're taking the heart out of the situation. And this is where you get this good, solid work that you can be doing in connection with the greater picture about you, to really put down a foundation which is really good for you. You do this good work, it's going to make you incredibly passionate. It's going to also tie into that future self there, which is going off on that stimulating mission. But this fire there, this passion that is coming into you is nice. I think you're going to enjoy engaging with people in a very constructive way that also creates a place for you at the table, as it were, of love. Let's see what's going on here. Death and rebirth. This is your past self, and I do believe this is also connected to that. That's what I get a sort of feeling here. There is sort of a new era of happiness in regards to the greater relationship, as it were. Not just the one-to-one, but also family, friends, community, everything like that. I think there is a new birth happening within you if you start going after after your own happiness and start nurturing your own happiness. It will also mean that the death of something else, that something else is stopping, and that should be that conflict. And yeah, look at that. The mission that you're going on, you get the Four of Wands. This is about bringing your Two of Wands together with the Two of Wands of another person, in a celebration, which could be marriage, could be moving in with someone. It seems like that's where the mission is gradually going. But in order to get that, you do need to create a place at the table. It's more than a foundation. It's really a place at the table. And I think you can do this incredibly well once you, sort of engage in it in a very sort of constructive way and allow your passions for this sort of social encounter to be the driving force behind it. Yeah. If you see things differently, that's what you're going to get. Hang on a second. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that sunshine. You're going to get that sort of happiness. You're going to get that reaching for the stars sort of scenario. And the hangman here is seeing things differently. The light that is behind him is that star. I think, because you're taking yourself out of certain conflicts or conflictual sort of relationships or emotions on this side here on your karmic path, this allows you the space to realize the greater goal, the greater happiness that is within you. And once you can see that greater goal, that's when you can really go after it. So yeah, it's very, very good on your relationship side. Very, very fulfilling. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. Look at that. Whatever you've been doing, make sure you reinvigorate. That's what I was saying there, to do with your past. This week here, there's a rebirth of your passions for what you want financially, career path, business, projects, whatever it is. It's a re-engagement, and this passion here is gonna bring you a lot of benefit. And that could be financial, that could be material, whatever it is. On that sort of side there, for the connection of the universe, is a situation that you might be having people around you that's causing you woes and worries for your business project or career path. Here is the Three of Wands here. As I said, I think the universe is pushing the energy out there, and it's sort of saying, don't rush in. If you notice that someone's doing something wrong, or someone's in fault within your business and what have you, don't rush in. Take your time, because there could be benefits of diffusing the situation or literally cutting the situation out. And I think you need a little bit of time of reflection according to your past. Yeah, with the Four of Cups here, it's reflecting over the past to really reinvigorate that passion into your life. And, it's all down to do with good work, the finer details, which is going to bring you in alignment with that. And once you concentrate on the finer details, that's when you're going to be able to see how you have to deal with the situation that is around you in your financial world. With the Ten of Pentacles, you get the Ten of Cups. I think there's an amazing amount of joy and happiness that should be coming in your way through this energy. I've just realised the overall energy we didn't put on, did we? Let's just see what's going on there. Oh, yeah, the Five of Swords. That's quite interesting. I think that probably pertains to that. You know, don't let your disappointment, don't let the stress of the people that may be involved around you destabilize you. Don't get involved in it in a way. Look for the solutions rather than the winning, as it were, the beating of the situation. Looking for a solution in the situation, and to see whether you need to cut that person out of your life, or see whether you need to sort of have a good word with that person, speak to that person, and reorientate a conflict into something that is much more productive. That's the wise and the wisdom way about going about it. Yeah, I think this is where the wisdom comes in. I think what you're going to do is you're going to see the toxic elements within your career path and your business or your projects, the connection with other people. You're going to see where the toxicity lies, and once you realize that, that's when you open the pathway to that and you reinvigorate that in your life. It is going to be blinding for you, I think, really, Leo, if you apply yourself this week. I will see you soon. Yes, thanking you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I hope you get the best out of the energy readings as well. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.